Welcome back. This is Shankar, your instructor for Statistics for Business 1.
And I'm Liza, his brainy friend.
Let's open up the spreadsheet that we are working on. In our last segment, we have shown you how to summarize categorical variables such as the region column. Starting from a pivot table, we know how to get to a region-wise distribution of countries. We have created a pie chart as well as a bar chart. Now it would be rather simplistic to think that it's enough to know how many countries are in each region. We'd like to say something about the amounts of international tourisms that are circulating in these regions, right?
Yeah, of course.
This is what we're going to do in this segment. For convenience's sake, we shall only consider the year 1995. We'll ask you to follow the same steps to analyze the latest year on record, 2010, as an exercise. I'll have country name, country code, region, and 1995, the very first year on record, selected all the way to the bottom. And then I go to Data, Pivot Table. Again, it asks me whether I'd like to put the pivot table on a new worksheet, and I will say yes. And I will rename this spreadsheet as Region Receipts. And as usual, I'll go ahead and increase the resolution. I'll drag and drop region over here, and I get it nicely populating here. Now what we'll need are the total amounts of money that foreign travelers spend on each of these regions. That's easy. We'll just drag 1995, the variable name, into the right side of the table. Now by default, a spreadsheet calculates the sums for numerical variables such as receipts. So I will drag 1995 and drop it here, and all of a sudden I have the sum totals of monies that are spent by foreign travelers in each of these regions. I know what you're thinking. Why not go ahead and get a bar chart for these amounts? I will do just that. So again, I'll only select everything up to the last row. I will not select the total. I'll insert a chart which is a column chart or a bar chart. We have that immediately over here. I will get rid of this and I will type regional distribution of receipts. I just went ahead and retitled my chart. Have a look, and while we are at it, I can also throw in the labels. All right. So even though the US is the clear topper in its receipts, if we were to study the countries region-wise, Europe and Central Asia stands the tallest in terms of its tourism collections.
Wow, India's is flat like a pancake.
Yeah, Lisa, there's miles to go before we sleep. Speaking of giants, what would happen if we were to study all of our countries minus the US? I can easily do this with a report filter. When I click on the pivot table, I do get the pivot table builder. I will go ahead and drag the country name into the report filter over here. And in this drop down, I will go ahead and deselect the United States. And watch very carefully what happens on the screen. When I deselect that, all of a sudden, everything in North America went down. So that was one giant less. So I will go ahead, change the fill for this data series, give it a new color. I'll say OK to that. And I'll have to indicate that in my title, I will say minus US. So as we notice, North America has been sizably reduced thanks to the United States not being in the mix. If we do want to put United States back into the list, what we need to do is to go back to the pivot table and then deselect all and select all. And then I have North America back on the list. But then, of course, I'll have to eliminate this portion from my chart. I'd now like to discuss one final aspect of handling numerical variables using a pivot table. Let's assume for now that all countries are equal. We then want to know if a country stands to have a regional advantage, and if so, by how much?
I know. This is a quant course after all.
I'll click on the pivot table. I'll go ahead and drag country code into it. By default, it is taking the count of that. There are these many countries. And what are we trying again? We'd like to know what the average receipts are in this zone. So the receipts are contained in the 1995 column. When I drag it in, it again suggests a sum over here. I will click on this button and it shows me all of the different options. I will for now select the average receipts. And here I have a whole bunch of numbers. I would like to go ahead and reduce the precision because it can be confusing. And for that, I will use a button. And I'm done. Now this tells me that a country in Europe and Central Asia has a much bigger advantage than a country in East Asia and Pacific. The least of them all are the 31 countries that make up Sub-Saharan Africa. Now that's a pity because Africa is such a lovely part of the planet. This tells us, and tourism departments in general, what the disparity is and how they should look at closing up the gaps. There are many other ways of mining this data set for such insightful results. I'm positive you've thought up a few more angles to explore.
Happy discovering!